Wakey, wakey, Homeckers. Good morning. It is a lovely day. I actually talk about social distancing. I was at the bakery first thing in the morning. 6 o'clock they open up. There's no one there but the baker, and which is great because I don't want to be in contact with anybody really. What's really cool is Vans and I are doing what we're starting, kind of like a fun way to promote everybody and get you to like my fan page. Is I'm calling it Put It on Tommy's Tab. So there's gonna be some fun stuff in the future with other favorites of mine. But for today, if you go to my fan page, the one with my logo, and like it and follow it, you have the opportunity to win a really cool fan pack from my beloved Vans Pastry. So it's got some great stuff. There's a picture of everything, and just check that out and have some fun with it. Speaking of having fun, let's get cooking. I'm gonna turn on some heat real quick, and I've got my little fry pan, and what I'm gonna do is kind of like a take on a breakfast sandwich meets some love meets some other stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of start with a good, probably half a pound of your favorite sausage bulk, or you can obviously do this with links or the small patties, but I'm really going to flatten this out to make this the size of, but a little bit bigger than my actual bread. Kind of like a giant hamburger patty, right? Because really all this is delicious sausage. And we all know my favorites in town when it comes to butchers, so anyone will do. But the thing is I want to impress upon people too is when we're going to our local families to keep our families fed, and we love the fact that they're smaller, so there's less people and whatnot. Also, a little empathy goes a long way, because think about it. They're trying to navigate through the system too. They've never had social distancing in their stores. They've never had call ahead orders maybe. A lot of things are really unique and different right now. So a little empathy goes a long way, and your tip to everybody is really a measure of your character, because right now they're doing everything to keep their employees safe, but at the same time trying to make sure that they have a livelihood so they can put the sausage in the pan for their family. Wash my hands real quick. Again, reinforcing. 20 seconds. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. And I do have my bleach water to the side here, and I also have paper towels, so keep your food safe. While that's going, I'm going to give this just a little nudge here. Make sure that it's loosening up. It is. It's exactly what it is. It's a giant hamburger patty, but it's made with yummy sausage. See, I'm just gonna let the stuff do the magic. Now then, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an interpretation of French toast batter, okay? And what that's gonna do is there's a couple ways, there's a couple schools of thought on this, right, you guys? The thing is I like the swirls of yellow yolk, okay? I don't like my eggs too scrambled because I think it gives it a really cool dimension. But by all means, you can totally hit it with, a good whisk and make it yellow throughout. Now then, cinnamon and sugar. I think I've showed this trick. Cinnamon gets down to about half, fill the rest with sugar. Now you have a cinnamon sugar shaker, and you didn't have to pay extra for it. Now then, look at this. This is pretty cool, huh? That's pretty awesome. All I'm doing is taking the Van's Raisin bread. You can totally do the English muffin bread. I love the fact that it's round. And I'm using that to not only mix up the egg batter, but I'm also using it to swirl in a little bit more cinnamon, right? And so we're gonna let that sit for a couple seconds. I'm gonna wash my hands again. Happy birthday to you, all the way up the forearm. Taking the watch off because it's filthy, and then we have no harm. Can you tell I'm living with a 3-year-old right now? Everything's a song so she can yell at me. But yeah, just remember, every time you touch something, especially door handles, do not touch your face. So look at that. I've got some cool bread going here. I'm gonna put this down. I've got a little bit more sausage for later, which is awesome. And I'm gonna give this a swirl again with my fork now, because I really don't want to have to sing to you people. You seem nice, and it might be a little tragic for some. I'm gonna see what my sausage is doing real quick. Oh yeah. Just flip that. That was kind of cool. This is a perfect time to learn how to flip. And I'm going to take that and keep that going. Now then, what I'm going to do is first and foremost, I've got a little bit of this love from Highbor, Justin Highbor and Wildwood Family Farms. It's a real thin maple syrup, and I nuked it for about 30 seconds, so it's reducing a little bit more. It's kind of delicious. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pan going here, and I'm going to give this some good oil, right? And of course, a little bit of butter. So I'm getting the flavor, but I'm not getting all the fat of the butter. And you'll know when the pan's ready because the water and the oil will start crack-a-lacking together, which is kind of cool. And that's good because we're cooking with our ears. And I've got this going, and I'm going to turn my bread again, right? Which is kind of cool. And I'm just making sure that that delicious bread is soaking up all that egg. You can add a little cream. I don't think you need it, but you can if you want. Like if you're an old diehard, French toast person, that mom always put a little milk in there to kind of stretch the eggs. That's totally cool. With ground meats, you want to make sure that you cook them to 165 degrees. And that just keeps everything nice and happy when it comes to food safety. Now then, I've got that oil and that butter, believe it or not, they're doing a little crack-a-lacking. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to put one down, and the other one down, and then I'm going to put that deliciousness right there. Now we've got French toast, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another egg, and I think one egg should do it. And I'm going to try not to move it too much, right? And we're going to turn it down a little bit. Now that's nice and bubbly. Okay. And I'm just kind of moving it a little bit just to give it some love. The sausage is going. I'm going to throw this in the microwave for a couple seconds. Just about less than 30 seconds will do perfect. I'm gonna get a couple plates here, and since the maple syrup is kind of runny, we'll do kind of like a pasta dish, which is kind of cool. I'm looking at this right here. This is looking awesome. I'm gonna flip. And I'm going to flip, and I'm going to put some of this egg right here. on the sandwich. Kind of let it, you don't need it fully cooked because we want this baby to be moist, right? And then I just know the sausage patty is ready. Look at that. Or as in French would say, ho ho ho. And I'm going to do this. Now then, by all means, you can add some cheddar cheese to this, which is super cool, especially if you like that. I like cheese and sweet. Or you could add like some brie, anything that goes well with maple is really good. And then what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take this, look at this is ridiculous, you guys. Turn off my pan, right? Obviously, this sandwich is made for 2 people, right? Now I've cut that. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna bring this up to speed. Okay, make sure that that's all ready to get clean. And then I'm gonna take my sandwich here, just kind of like that, because you know, as chefs, we got to make it all super fancy, right? Boom. Oops. There you go. Boom. There you go. And then what's really cool is when you want to look like a super stud, all you gotta do is take your knife. Look at these strawberries, these are ridiculous. Take your knife, not cutting all the way through. And now we got a killer fan right there. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna do that again for you. So I'm taking the knife and I'm doing about a millimeter or so slice, but I'm not going all the way through the stem right there. Like that. Like that. And then you just kind of move it like that, and it looks wicked cool. And then, I'm gonna watch my belly. Now, that's the beauty of this maple syrup. Maple syrup is not supposed to look like Mrs. Butterworth's. Maple syrup is supposed to look like this, right? It's the sap from the maple tree that gets reduced down, and it gets some deliciousness from the smoke, from the shed when they reduce down. And see how I'm doing it kind of slow because I want it to really soak in. And there you go. Literally, I know it looks like a lot, but literally we're talking maybe a tablespoon of real natural maple syrup on this bad boy. So look at that, huh? That's pretty cool. So with that being said, I'm gonna take some snappies. I hope you try this, it's delicious. I love you guys. I love Van's Pastry. Keep it local, and we'll see you like before you know it, because all I'm doing is cooking, because this is what I love to do. I love to share it. So we'll talk to you soon, and I'm out.